It's a trend that, of course, the operator has to deal with. Or if you're in France, the government's going to deal with. It's lovely being there sometimes. And shut it down just to keep the hotels alive. You need to keep that in line. You need to look at your operator essentially. So what do? We go with very strong operating parties who've dealt with that scenario. But of course it's going to have an impact. It's just like there's a disruptive technology out there for cars. People who haven't understood that car sharing is just going to totally, it's going to have a huge impact on the German economy if they don't react. I mean, if you look at all the sharing companies that are owned by Mercedes and BMW and Audi, etc. But it's going to turn around. And as with everything, you've got to keep that in the back of your mind and react accordingly. So like I said, parking, I don't know, I think there's going to be less cars out there in the future rather than more.
No, I think hotels, I mean, I don't own any in the US, but I know some people who do, and clearly Airbnb and, you know, these very sophisticated websites now that go to pricing, you know, 24 hours, 12 hours before you book a room, and often there's non-cancellation fees. I think definitely, apparently, particularly in New York, you know, revenues are getting badly affected by those two disruptive technologies. Not really happening in Europe yet, interestingly, but it'll come, I think.
Okay, good. And there's friends of mine actually buying apartments such as to use Airbnb. I know it's not meant to be that way. My friends of mine in Paris, they own the chambre de bonne up under the roof and they lease them out over Airbnb. And so of course it's bound to have an impact. And the hotels are going to have to readjust their pricing. It's easy as that. But it's just like cars. You've got to deal with these disruptive technologies. I'm still waiting for the disruptive technology in our industry. To see which one is coming in that direction, to see what's going to change the momentum and or the the agency side or the investment side or the financing side. Something's bound to stick. There's 150 prop techs out there. There's got to be one good idea at least. So there's got to be something that sticks.